Hey y'all, so today I'm going to talk about how I scammed a scammer, or well, I'm still scamming a scammer. I'm actually going to send them this video after I finish talking about what happened. I think they'll enjoy it. But anyway, let's get into it. Now, if you like this content, like, sub, shares, all that good stuff, I really appreciate it. Helps out the channel. Also down below, coupon codes and merch. That also helps support the channel. Now, ever since COVID and firearms, ammunition, all that good stuff has gone into really high demand. You know, a lot of people became gun owners, and a lot of people, well, started stocking up on firearms and ammunition and gear and everything else because, one, it became apparent with the riots and everything that you might just need it, and two, it became in short supply, and when stuff becomes in short supply, everybody wants it. So a lot of scams out there, usually pretty easy to catch. Some are harder to catch, but anyway, I ran into an interesting one. Now, I recently bought an FN high power, pretty cool. Done a little bit of shooting with it, and probably gonna start carrying it. One of the reasons I'm thinking of carrying it is 9mm right now, really cheap. Everything else, not so much. So, I've been looking at maybe carrying a 9mm so I can keep up practice with it. So I went into one of the Facebook groups and was asking around to try and find a good holster for it. And I had this gentleman reach out and say, "Hey, PM me," basically acting like, hey, send me a private message on Facebook and I will, I guess, let you know about a holster or something, right? So I sent him a message. And, well, let me know down below about when you start suspecting that this person may not be legitimate. "Hello," you said to PM. They said, "Yeah, welcome and thanks for messaging. Very friendly. How are you?" "Doing all right. How are you doing?" "I'm good. I see you're looking for a holster. Where are you located?" "Arizona." I said, "Yeah, I've been trying to track down an outside the waistband holster for my FN high power. I finally tracked one down, and once I put it through its paces at the range, I was planning on carrying it." "Well, I can guarantee you've got less worries now, okay, 'cause I got covered on the holster." Now, the broken English started to make me a little bit suspicious, but hey, I'm not the best with, typing in computers and all that, so I try and give people a little bit of a break on that because, we're not perfect. "I'm located Colorado." Like, that's totally rad. What kind of holsters do you make? And they proceed to send me a variety of pictures. Now, the interesting thing about the pictures is all of them are, well, different backgrounds, different locations, different styles of holsters, sometimes with different hardware. Some of them are clearly large runs of holster. For instance, the one, with the 3 rows of holsters, it's very obvious that that was a large run of holsters, all for basically the same gun with the same light on there. And you'll notice that there was a logo, right, on 3 of the holsters, at least in that group of pictures, identifying it as a company. Now, the company, I believe, is Warthog Holsters. I think that's their name. But anyway, they are a company that's apparently actually based here in Arizona. They typed out, "The works I do. Anything or style you want, just let me know and I'll make sure you get exactly what you pay for, okay? For any inconvenience, I issue money back guarantee." Awesome, they look great, man. What is your business name? Now, again, that's a lot of holsters shown there. Clearly you've done large runs. I'm sure you've got a business name or some kind of something like that, right? Well, still a small business, man, which needs support from people like you to ensure our growth. I was just wondering if you had a website or not to look at your cool stuff. Again, you got a website, because I'm starting to get suspicious at this point. And again, I saw the logo for the other holster company out there that is based in Arizona versus Colorado, which they were saying. So I was really starting to get pretty suspicious. "Nah, still in the process to that. But for now, you can order here and I'll make sure you get exactly what you want. I'm a man of my words, sir. I don't do bad to make a living and can't start with you. Real business, long-term business relationships are my main priorities as a businessman. Besides, I know you may have people down there who'd be interested after surely you've received your package because I'll make sure you get exactly what you pay for. I can't jeopardize my business reputation like that. I assure you everything gonna be safe and secure. At this point, the fact that you've got no website, you've got no website, you've got no company name, I'm pretty certain at this point it's a scam. Like, there's really no doubt in my mind. So what we have here is someone basically stealing pictures from other holster companies, legitimate holster companies, and claiming them as their own, going around on the internet trying to find people. Oh, I'm looking for a holster. Hey, I can make you a holster. And of course, judging from their broken English, they're probably not in this country. And judging from the stolen pictures, they almost certainly don't make holsters. How much would a holster cost? $85, $20 for shipping. 85 bucks? That's not terrible. I mean, that's definitely not cheap. But hey, for a semi-custom Kydex holster, that's not bad. 20 bucks for shipping, that's a bit much. You can get a priority bubble mailer for like 9 bucks, but hey. They're saying they ship USPS. Deliveries are 72 hours max with a tracking info provided to you. Again, I don't know how you're cranking out a holster in 72 hours and getting it to my door. But hey, maybe you've got magic shipping. I don't know. So, what you say, man? Do you have molds or need my gun? I need a pic of your gun, or if you got any style in mind you want, just let me know. Can you show me your mold for the FN high power? Looking for IWB, OWB, any optic and light? Now, if you can make stuff for the FN high power, you know that as far as I know, there's no version of the high power that has a rail, especially not the FN high power, has a rail for a light or optics cut. Now again, you could go get a high power optics cut, but it'd be something custom. Is it, OWB, no optic or light? All right, roger that. Can I see your mold for the high power to make sure it's the right one? Now, the reason I ask that, again, I already know it's a scam, but I ask him that because I say, hey, you know what? There's two different styles. The old traditional Browning high power is smaller and slimmer than the new FN high power, which is why finding a holster for it can be kind of difficult. And that's when he starts getting defensive. Well, you don't have to doubt me, okay? Because making holsters is my job, so please, I'll want to have a little trust in me so I can do what I do best. Why I do issue money back guarantee for any inconveniences. Now again, if you were a legitimate holster maker, you would just merely show me your molds. You would just show me holsters you've done for the high power because, hey, you'd want to show exactly what the customer would be getting if I decide to go with you. Well, I'm making sure I'll provide you with the right one, man. What you think I am here? Again, he shows another picture from clearly another holster company. Now again, this is interesting because they have their logo on their clip, and it looks like the mat behind them is also have their logo. Now I don't know what company that is. Maybe someone in the comments does, and they clearly shop at Costco. So again, legitimate holster company that they stole the pictures from to use for their own being. Now there a little bit of time went by because I was doing stuff, and they're like, "You good? Yeah, you good? Yeah, so what you say? What method do you use to make the holster? Are you doubting my job or what?" Again, someone that makes holsters would just merely explain that. What method do you use? Are you using a heat press? Are you using, do you vacuum form it? How are you producing the holster? He responds with nylon fabric plastic. Again, I'm not a holster maker, but that's the first time I've heard nylon fabric plastic, being mentioned as a way to produce a holster. Again, maybe that's how you do it, but that's not how I would have explained how I made a holster. Okay, what do you need from me? Because at this point I'm curious to see how far it goes. I need your name, contact number, address of delivery, and email address. Of course, I will be giving him none of this. Once payment is confirmed, we'll issue you a tracking info. How do I pay? Of course, you'll never guess, but he's got Cash App, Zelle, Apple Pay for accepting payment. All forms that there's no way to go back on, there's no way to dispute, and once you've given the money, it's done, it's gone. Which of the above methods of payment you're familiar with? I'm like, do you have PayPal? PayPal, goods and services, you could dispute something. Could you send me an invoice? Yeah, invoice will send to you once payment is confirmed. Of course he's not answering, so I'm again, do you have PayPal? Let me get to my cashier to see if there's any PayPal account available. Now again, you're a small business, you have no website, you have no company name, but now you've got someone that handles your books. How interesting. So then I decided to have fun. I'm driving through Colorado in a couple weeks for business. Could I just bring cash and pick it up in person, depending upon what part of Colorado you're in? I can bring cash. I found an old picture of, we were doing some stuff and I had a couple hundreds, so I took a picture and I flashed that to him to entice him to be interested in cash payment, because hey, I'm driving to Colorado. Why not just, stop by and pay him in person, save all the fees, save the shipping, right? Then he comes back with, a PayPal account email. That's the PayPal account. Payment should be made on friends and family only to avoid any inconveniences. And when you're done, send me screenshot of payment confirmation. Now, I have paid holster companies through PayPal before with no issue, nothing at all. I have never done it friends and family. They've never asked me to do it friends and family. And the only people that ask you to pay friends and family are friends and family and scammers. So basically, I said, what inconvenience? Can I just pay you in person? Would that be easier? Again, he's talking about an inconvenience, talking about an issue. Hey, I'd rather just pay him in person rather than running the risk of there being an inconvenience with PayPal. By me not receiving the payment, so do as being told, and we're good. Now, I don't quite know what he was going for there, but in my experience with screwing with scammers, and I mean, I get scam calls all day long, so generally every once in a while I'm bored, so I'll pick one up and mess with them. They start to get really upset when it's obvious you're dangling the money in front of them, but you're not sending it. So I once again come back with, I'm driving through Colorado next month on a business trip. Can I pay you in person? I sent you the PayPal account, so send payment so I can get your holster delivered to you by Monday. Again, this was today, so apparently he's going to really get this holster made pretty quick and then immediately get it out to me, and I'll have it Monday. And me too am always busy with deliveries and stuff. Again, it sounds like he's basically trying to act like, oh no, his small business with no name and no website, no social media of any kind, is too busy producing to have someone, pay him in person. My last and final thing I sent to him before I started making this video was, I can send payment when I get home later. Okay, I'll be waiting. And that's it. So here's the thing with all this. If something seems too good to be true, if something's kind of like in the back of your head, you're like, is this real? Take the time, ask a few probing questions. I'd rather be an annoying customer that asks a few unnecessary or less than necessary questions and has to, wait to get an answer to find out whether or not the person's legitimate, than being an easy scammed person. And again, I suspect he probably gets people because not everybody does their research. So that's it. I'm going to record this, and this is going to go out to, the world. And I'm going to send the link to it to the scammer, who will probably block me after this. Although I already got them banned out of the group they were in, so I don't know if they figured that out yet. But if you're watching this, scammer, yeah, you're banned out of that group. So again, always be careful. Be careful sending money to people you don't know who they are, or a company that can't really provide any evidence of actually being a real company. And see y'all later.